back to the channel. It's so good to have you guys back again. Thanks for tuning in. I'm really excited about today's topic. It's also a topic I never thought I'd be talking about. Growing up, or like for the longest time, for as long as I can remember, I've always been super insecure. And my friends know this, and if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I was super insecure about my body as well. I want to change everything about it. Looking back on my journey and to where I am right now, there's been such a massive change, and not just change in confidence, but how confidence has affected my life. And hence, that's the reason why I really want to share this video with you guys, because it's really changed my life for the better. And I can see being confident doing so much good for 14-year-old me that would have loved to hear this. And with that, I'd like to get into the video. If you want to keep on watching, please do. I hope you enjoy it. So a little bit about me and my journey. It started from high school when I first defined what confidence was, and obviously you clearly know who the popular girls and the popular kids was, and I always thought that compared to them, I was short, fat, and ugly, and also stupid, of course. My parents really believed in me, but really, what does that really do for your self-confidence when you're growing up as a teenager? So then in college, I thought that I now knew what confidence was, and I thought that I could replicate it. You know how they say fake it till you make it? That was what I thought I was doing. So I thought that confidence was made of physical attractiveness, academic accomplishments, and materialistic possessions. So I pretty much wanted to be a cutout of a magazine. I changed my body, I lost some weight, I started putting on makeup, and I started to behave. I started to do well in school in hopes to get validation from other people and act like I was confident or have those confident attributes. And clearly that was a recipe for a massive disaster. I dated a whole bunch of wrong guys, seek validation for the wrong reasons, and it was a good lesson to learn, and I do not wish to repeat that again. Fast forward to right now, I realized that none of these things are wrong. They're definitely attributes of and characteristics of confident people. They take care of themselves, they look good, they're high achievers. However, that's not the be-all and end-all. There's so much more to being confident, in my opinion anyway, and I believe that a lot of it comes from inside. The more that you believe in yourself, the more you believe in your own capabilities, the more confident you can be. So without further ado, I'd like to get into the first step that I think is most important in boosting your confidence. Step number 1, defining confidence. What is confidence? What's confidence according to the dictionary? What's confidence according to Vogue magazine? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. What matters is, what does confidence mean to me? Because at the end of the day, I have to look myself in the mirror, and if I don't like what I see, I'm not going to be confident. So what I really found out was really helpful in my journey was actually creating my own definition of confidence. What are the attributes and what are the characteristics of people and my idols who are confident and attractive? And the more specific I could pinpoint those out, the easier it was for me to head in that direction and do the work to get to where they are. So for example, I came up with an activity that I reckon might help you guys. So take out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the right hand side, or whichever the right hand side is for you guys, on one side of the book, write the confident and attractive version of myself. Underline. And under that, list down all the strengths, attributes, accomplishments, physical details about yourself, everything that you can think of that defines a confident and attractive self. Basically the best version of yourself. What would you like that to look like? List all of those things down as detailed as possible. And on the other side of the page, write down who and what I am right now. Now write down all the things that you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and specifically all the things that you are not happy about yourself, the more detail that you can add into this section of the page, the easier it is for you to realize exactly where you are and what work needs to be done. This is always my way of figuring out how to get to where I want to go. First, identify what you want, and then second of all, realize where you are and realize that there's a whole bunch of work that needs to be done here. So what's most important to me and which one do I want to start with? Then you start picking off the list, and basically what your homework is to work on reaching the gap between the two. Step number 2 is quite related to step number 1. It is the more fears and the more obstacles that you conquer or overcome, the more confident you will be. So my logic is this, right? The more fears and obstacles that you overcome in one area of your life, the more confident you will be in that area. And the more fears and obstacles that you conquer and overcome in other parts of your life, the more confident you will be overall in your ability, and that will fuel your confidence and sense of independence. I've always been really analytical, and so when I always used to hear all these phrases like believe in yourself, love yourself, you're perfect just the way you are, it kind of got boring for me after a while. I kind of read through my bullshit and I'm like, there's nothing about me that's changed. Why would I be proud of myself? I haven't accomplished anything. I'm not closer to anything that I want to be or liked or love to look like. Why would I be any more confident? So I started digging a little deeper, and I realized that the areas in my life that I'm more confident in generally are the areas that I am better at. And you generally tend to do more of the things that you are good at. So for example, for me, a couple of things that I was really insecure about was my financial position that led on to my career, where I was in my career and what I was going to do. I really had no idea. Third one was my physical appearance. I really wasn't confident about that still. And the fourth one was my emotional stability. So there are 4 things that I was really, really insecure about. I'll use my fitness, for example, right? I think I've come a really far way where I'm actually quite happy with my body. I've got lots of things to work on. However, I'm happy the way I am. I feel healthy, I feel good, and I know that I can accomplish the body that I want. It's no more a fearful thing because I've done the reps, I've done the steps, and I've taken the time and effort to do the repetitions to help me realize that everything that you want to accomplish can be accomplished through time, effort, and hard work and consistency. So the gym and eating healthy has really helped me realize that. So use that as an example. The better I am at eating healthy, the more active of a lifestyle I live, and the better I can follow healthy routines, the more confident about my body I will be. Does that make sense? So the more good things that you have in a certain area of your life, the more habits and the more right things that you're doing for yourself, the more effort that you're putting in to make that situation better, the more confident you will be, because you will start to, from the effort, you will start, reaping the rewards of the results. Another example I can use would be my journey through overcoming my emotional insecurity. I am very, very emotional. Always been that way. I don't know why. I used to think it was because now I'm starting to see it as my biggest blessing. So I've always been really emotional. I couldn't really handle or use my emotions for good. I never had drive. I always had the negative parts of the emotions where I had a lot of self-doubt. I was always crying. I was pitying myself. I was very analytical of all the negative things I was feeling, and I felt very, very helpless and very, very worthless and insecure. So at some point in my life, I decided that maybe I could use other people to help me be more secure about myself. If I could be loved, that would fill my cup up and I would feel good about myself. And I realized that didn't last. So here we are, looking inwards, and I can say that that's probably the best lesson that I've ever learned, is to look inwards for happiness. Because if you think about it, this leads on to point number 3. So point number 3 is emotional independence. You're not gonna like what I'm about to say, and I didn't like it in the first place as well. It took me some time to actually accept it. And what I'm trying to get at is that you are 100% responsible for your own happiness. The more responsibility you give to others to support and fill your cup of happiness, the less power you have over your own happiness. Because you're giving other people the responsibilities, so when they have the time, when they have the effort, then they'll fill your cup. If they don't have anything left in your cup, guess what? Your cup ain't going to be filled. And God knows how long you're going to be waiting. It's like learning to catch fish instead of asking for fish. I realize that's a really weird example, but we'll go with it. When you can handle your emotions well, you don't easily get offended, you don't easily react to situations, you don't allow other people to make you feel how you don't want to feel, and you can really set the tone of the day of your life through changing your thoughts and changing the perspectives that you have on life. And what I found really helpful was to read, to listen, to practice. And the more I did it, the more answers I found and the more questions I also found. Because the more you learn, the more you realize that you don't know. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And that has been a common occurrence in my life, and I will happily say that I have surrendered to not knowing a lot of things. And I will never know all of the things, and that's completely fine. If you want to find happiness, if you want to get the rewards, you first have to do the work, because the rewards and happiness are always on the other side. Yes, it's really good to have friends and family in your corner, backing you up, supporting you all the way, but friends and family are not with you all the time. You can't rely on them to be okay and strong enough to give us the help and support. What about during times when they need help and support as well? You need to be strong enough to be able to give that back to them too. For example, your friend said that, look, if you need to go anywhere, I'll drive you, just let me know. That's all good and well until you start to use that offer every single day. Like, hey, can you pick me up from school? Hey, can you drive me here? I need to go shopping. Can you do this? Can you do that for me? Can you pick me up? Then that's not cool. But very often we do that to the people closest to us, and it really does damage the relationship that we have with them. Not that they love us any less. It is quite tiring to be carrying somebody else's baggage, especially emotional baggage that's been built up over years and an entire lifetime of trauma, of experiences, and that's not cool. So the more that you can support yourself emotionally, the more confident you will also be, because now you know that everything's going to be okay, and you don't need anyone else but yourself when things are not okay, because you can tell yourself that it's all good and everything's going to be okay. And I know I make it sound so much easier than it actually is. But once you start putting in the work, you'll actually see your life start to change, and you will truly start feeling more confident for the better. And that, guys, concludes my video for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really love sharing it with you guys. If you like it, do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Be well, everyone.